welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition, to another installment of hashtag Fade to Black on this special one-on-one Wednesday. I'm your host, Donnell Martin Morris, here with my bruh, Beast Johnson. How you doing, Beast?
Honored and esteemed. Tired as fuck, but always on the hustle.
But shoot, as you should be, as well as myself. And as well as this show is sponsored by our great friends from Sky Zone Society. They do videography, they do clothing, and did I mention that they're black owned? You should check them out.
They do merchandise.
Oh,
they
most
do
definitely.
photography. Little FYI, little spoiler. Season 2 will be dropping New Year's Eve.
Yes.
So we have other items. Oh yes, as well as being a entrepreneurial, enigmatic individual as he is. Not saying I want to be an artist. I want to shoot the art. I want to make the art from every angle. Man then says I want to diversify my bonds. I want to start doing web series. So we started doing a web series called I Just Want to Be Great. People loved it. And that transferred into a full-blown cop drama called Filthy, where I myself, as well as our sponsor, play an odd couple assortment of undercover drug officers. And it's how we deal as a partnership in the streets with the assignment and how we deal with each other on the personal tip. And then all the shit we have going on. It's like, imagine if the Odd Couple mixed up with just a little bit of New York Undercover.
Oh, yes. With the touch of, with the touch of In Too Deep with Omar Epps.
I would, yes, because you do smell that aura of First 48, like there might be a real body in the background. Yeah, it's like that.
Yes.
Real weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might see something like me pull a blade on someone and have to stop the feed to be like, I think he really got it on that man's neck. Yes, it really is on that man's neck. But that's beside the point. If you look at something real, raw, and just filthy, come holler at us on the New Year's Eve.
And not to mention, I've been hounding about that for going on about a year. Like, dude, why did y'all stop? And then he said, well, it is a pandemic. We only can do so much. So I've been like,
I can attest to you. We actually just finished shooting. We just finished shooting some scenes for the first episode last week. So we finished up the first 2 episodes. We want to get them in there ready for y'all. But you're more than welcome to binge prior. Like I said, we already got 1 season of Filthy out there. We also got a show called I Just Want to Be Great. Both of them quite intriguing. I can't really tell you what I want to be great with because, hell, I don't even know what I was doing on there, and I was there.
But other than that, let's go ahead. But also, shouts out to our boy Kevin McKinnon doing his thing, man. He was the main character in I Just Want to Be Great. Yes. One of the main characters has this podcast going and having a great success with it. So shouts out to him if he's watching right now. But other than that, we need to get to our opening statements. Last time I went first. This time, Beast will go first, and he will start the song with opening statements.
Yeah,
go. So let's go ahead and jump on in.
One of the funniest things I remember when watching those reality TV shows was Bar Rescue. And it was a struggling bar owner that was complaining with the expectations of, I work with adults, so I am under the educated presumption that they should be self-taught and self-motivated. Whereas the host of the show, Mr. Taffer, told them, no, that's an assumption. You're a dumbass. You're a babysitter. Welcome to management. And I always thought that shit was kind of funny as hell. Just the way he told them, like, being a manager is the equivalent of being a babysitter. I was like, this is bullshit. Until you get put in that position and start to understand, yeah, for the most part, you pretty much just are babysitting. You have a job to do, but your essential position for the bulk of that day and the essential portion and chunk of your time will be spent looking in on others, making sure this crew's doing what they need to do, making sure the issues that were said about this individual on the issue today, making sure you can keep the motherfuckers focused, make sure the work get done, make sure the folk that's gonna say some shit don't have a reason to say some shit. It's pretty much being a babysitter. You know, you're taking care of somebody or making sure that they don't hurt themselves or hurt the property, and make sure they conduct themselves in a manner that would not cause their parents who reside over them as well as you, because they're paying you, to give them or you any kind of unnecessary help. So if they fuck up, you fuck up. Even if they only left your eye for half a second. It's kind of like what it is to be a manager. There's truth to that. I had that moment at work today. Spent my whole fucking day walking in and out and making sure grown ass men and women, the bulk of them, my age to older, damn near all of them, fucking parents with children, plural, and I have to watch you and treat you like you're younger than the children you naturally have. Over silly trivial shit that's already been explained. Not because I'm a manager, not because I'm in this position and I got me some power. No, because of perception. Because no matter what you're doing and what you've done up until that point, if the wrong individual catches you at the wrong angle during the wrong moment of time, no matter what the truth is, there's no way for you to clean that picture up. So if I just finished boxing up 200 boxes that each contain 150 components of something, and I take a small moment, take some pressure off my feet, answer a text, and at that exact moment, my fucking boss, not boss's boss, the owner, will walk through the door with a group of motherfuckers. Not his homeboy, no, a group of, like he's doing a tour. So as soon as he walks in and the other dozen people walk in, what do they see? Me linked over like this and finishing up a text. It could have been something important. Could have been something serious. I could have been answering a text from my boss. But the fact that he walked in and at that moment saw me, nothing I say is really going to clean it up. Or why were you still standing there? I was just answering the text from my boss. Oh, okay, well, where's your work? He just picked it up. So you like, it just literally just happened. Like, as soon as y'all walked in, he pulled off and he just texted me about something else and I was responding back to it as y'all walked in. It's literally like that. But if they see it the wrong way, that's how it's going to proceed. So you have to really understand when dealing with folk, everybody's a manager nowadays because everybody's babysitting somebody to some degree. Because we're constantly checking folk, making sure you understand what you're doing, how you're doing it, and how if you're not doing it the correct way, how it's going to be seen. And in all honesty, we're fucking grown, right? I can tell from the hair on my face and my voice, perceived as being grown. So why the fuck am I out here babysitting for? Why do I have to tell a grown ass person, hey, I can't stop you from being on your phone. All I can tell you is you're going to be on your phone, look like you're doing something else in case somebody walk in. I shouldn't have to fucking tell you that. Pay goddamn attention. I know it's supposed to be an opening statement. It's just more of a rant. You know, something that's just grinding my gears, stuck all up in my craw. I just had to get it off my chest. So I thank you for allowing me to rant and rave. And with that, I yield the floor.
Well, thank you for that, Beast. Speaking of venting, I think it's time for me to do that. So let me go ahead and share this screen. Little insight I wanted to tell y'all. Before we go on the show, me and Beast, we have our little conversation. You know, we talk before the show and, you know, say, you know, what's on our minds and all that stuff. So I told him he'd been feeding me this Beast, you know, Savage Soul. It had made its way over here in Des Moines, Washington. And I'm like, you know what? I'm so sick and tired of biting my tongue. Or when I say something, I don't say all the things I really want to say. And it started with this morning while I was talking about the vaccines and, you know, the workplace or making their employees take the shots and all that stuff. You should go and watch that on my Hemps app, hemps.com/Alamonte show. Check it out. Also check out Beast's one as well, Base and Bait. Which lead me to this guy, Kyrie Irving. It is so funny that 1 minute the conservative right is trashing this man who always talk about the injustices of black people, producing a show to talk about the injustice of Breonna Taylor. This man right here, who was shunned, people was throwing so much shit at him because he was talking about what's been going on in the country, definitely to people that look like us. And left and right, demonized, criticized. But now, since the NBA has been telling players that they need to get the COVID vaccine, and he's been refusing not to take the vaccine, now those same people who kept telling Kyrie, shut up and dribble, now being shown as a hero. Now, remember I said conservative right? But also the Black Conscious Movement as well, who are now throwing out memes about this brother sitting there saying, look what all he has done. And not everybody's against him. He should take that poison and put it in his arm. Like I said this morning, and I'm going to continue saying it. If you are an employer, will you allow one of your employees to come into work with the flu? Or are you going to tell them to keep their ass at home? Some of y'all probably went over your heads because what they got to do with the vaccine? It got everything to do with the vaccine. A lot of y'all think that this COVID-19 thing is a fluke. So let's go with your logic. Let's say you the employee. Will you allow one of your partners, one of the person that you work closely with you, come into work sick? Would you still work with them? Or you going to say something? See, my issue with this whole Kyrie thing, Kyrie had went from being, to me, this is just me. He went to being a man that, you know what? I stand with him. I stand with Kyrie for what he's doing and giving a voice to people that look like me, and as well as other disenfranchised people, that he stepped up and did what he did. But things like this just wipes that all away. You went from being looked at for doing what you do great to looking like a complete idiot. You don't have stock in the NBA. You don't own a team. What part of the freaking NBA can you, Kyrie, can reverse the decision of Adam Silver? If you're trying to make yourself out to be a martyr, it's not happening, Jack. It is not happening. My issue is with Kyrie. He is looking like those anti-vaxxers. He's not even unvaccinated. I'm not going to put him that crowd. He is becoming an anti-vaxxer. Now, I have not agreed with Stephen A. Smith. I still think Stephen A. Smith is a coon. I still think Stephen A. Smith is a Sambo, whatever. And I'm not saying it because he hates my Cowboys. But if you go back to Stephen A. Smith's history of when it comes to black people and black athletes, it's like he just tear them down. But for this one time, when Stephen A. Smith was asked about Kyrie, he got it right. Stephen A. Smith was exactly right. We got to give some time. I'm a respectful hater. I always said that. And there are times where you got to give the devil their due. And I give Stephen A. Smith his due, what he said about Kyrie Irving, because he hit it spot on. Y'all sitting there, y'all supporting this dude who's probably going to be living the rest of his life with all this money that he got from when he was with the Cavaliers, when he was with Boston, and also currently with the Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets, even though some of them are saying that eventually Kyrie's going to turn around, I don't see Kyrie turn around. I'm not even a big Nets fan, and I can already going to tell you that up Jump Street. The Nets is stacked. They probably going to make it to the playoffs this year, with or without Kyrie. Kyrie is making himself look more like an idiot than anything. And all y'all anti-vaxxers are sitting there rooting for him. I stand with him. Were you standing with him when he was sitting there saying Black Lives Matter? Were you standing with him when he was donating money to the Palestinians and all that stuff? And this dude was even donated freaking COVID masks. Were you there with him? And for Kyrie to sit there and say, I need to do my own research. Dude, are you kidding me? With all that money, with all that clout you got, you can easily talk to a doctor. A lot of these freaking NBA teams are sponsored by hospitals. Like the WNBA, the Seattle Storm here are sponsored by Swedish hospital here. Why do you need to do your own damn research where you got freaking medical scientist organizations that is funding you to play, that is sponsoring your team? When you go out there, because now the NBA started introducing, the putting the logos of sponsors on their freaking jerseys down, which it used to be a preseason thing. And then when the season started, you just see nothing but straight jerseys. But now they switched it up and put sponsors like NASCAR almost. But still, what I'm saying is, with all that clout and all that pull you got, you should have went and talked to one of the doctors from one of your sponsors and sat with them and talked to them. But see, people who see this story and just go off the reactions of a title don't use their fucking logic and use their damn minds and think like, hold up, wait a minute. Do hospitals sponsor their team? Because if I was Kyrie, and I use a bit of logic, because you got sponsors for a reason. Sponsors not there just to sponsor a team. They also do things with players. You got sponsors that go to players' freaking charity events, or they hosting events. Talk with the freaking employees. Talk with the freaking employer. Talk to the owners, vice presidents. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not fucking rocket science. So for y'all sitting there saying that freaking Kyrie's the hero, you a fucking idiot. Y'all the same ones that sit there and say, well, we need to protect Rizza Islam with all of our might, and we should protect this brother. Protect him from what? He's with the Nation of Islam. They got enough protection for him. He'd be okay. He'd be all right. Kyrie could have just went to the freaking medical, even the medical staff, and could have just went there and talked to them about this vaccine. And that's all the research you need. I just don't get how we just fall into this trap. You know what? And just bring up another thought. All these people that sit there and say we shouldn't listen to players, we shouldn't listen to athletes, they should just do all this, should do all that. I'm not talking about what the conservative right was saying, shut up and dribble. But a lot of y'all black conscious folks, I'm calling y'all to the carpet, who can't sit there and say all these black celebrities and all that stuff ain't nothing but gatekeepers and we don't need to listen to them. But then all of a sudden, when you realize that they say all this shit that goes to your narrative, now all of a sudden, he's spitting facts. He's spitting the truth. That's why we so fucking backwards. I'm sorry to be cussing, but it has to be said. This is why we're fucking backwards. Because we don't know who's the leader. You don't know who you gonna listen to. You don't know who's right and who's wrong. You just know that, he or she is appealing to my narrative. Now all of a sudden, let's go Kyrie. When then y'all was sitting there and talking all that shit and saying, fuck Kyrie. A lot of y'all Brooklyn Nets fans will sit there and say, fuck him. Now all of a sudden y'all on his bandwagon because a lot of y'all don't believe in the damn vaccine because y'all need to do more research. When Kyrie got much closer to anybody to those resources. Kyrie, let me break something to you. In the words of Stephen A. Smith, and it's a video meme that goes out, and we here to say, we don't care. The NBA don't care. The NBA just don't care. I ain't sorry for saying that anti-vaxxers can kiss a fat baby's ass. Facts, Bizarris. So what I'm saying is this. Kyrie, if this is a mountain or a hill, whatever the fuck you want to call it, I like to call it a volcano, that you want to go up and fight on it, lay on it, sit on it, and die on it, you go on ahead. But nobody ain't gonna miss you. I'm not. And the NBA ain't either. The NBA is not gonna slither and die without Kyrie Irving. Kyrie, the only reason why you got that one championship was because of a man by the name of LeBron James. Even though you made the final shot in OT against the freaking Golden State Warriors. Put that in perspective. You went to Boston, what happened? No championship. You went to the Brooklyn Nets, no championship. And it's before your boys came on the team. So yeah, the NBA ain't gonna be missing you that much. But if you want to go in ahead and go on this crusade of not getting this fucking shot and just sitting at home with your millions and sit there making these conspiracy theory videos because you believe that the earth is flat, go on ahead. And first of all, for you to believe that the world is flat should say a lot about you. For all the other accomplishments that you did, I give you a hand clap. I applaud you. But for this instance, does not matter. The NBA, yes, it's a $1 billion empire. But at the end of the day, you are the employee. And Adam Silver is the employer. Whatever rules that he puts down, it goes. Period. Don't get vaccinated. Don't let the door hit you on the ass out. And with that, I yield the floor. Let's get this show started, shall we? We'll be right back. Well, I guess me and Beach, we really get this started. So let me go ahead and look at the comments. He said his game clutching shot was in break. Oh, it was? I thought it was in overtime. Hey, I'm wrong. So
well, as far as Kyrie go, he's gonna be unfortunately one of those great name, get a ring, but he's gonna be one of the names we hear. He's gonna be another Jason Williams.
Yes.
The one that got locked up. Yeah. And I'm not saying he gonna get locked up. I'm just saying this shit we hearing now is honestly supposed to be some shit we hear like 20, 30 years after his retirement.
Yeah.
It's too early. So that scares me because when you're talking this way while you in the midst of getting your money, like B.O.B. was the same way. He was real heavy on that flat earth shit. And I can respect everybody. I try to. And I can respect all forms of thought. I respect all forms of thought because my brain has been rewired several times. So I don't even understand how the fuck I think. So who the fuck am I to judge? But when it comes to the topic of flat earth, when I come across people who are sincerely and genuinely believing that shit,
see, you realize that pause you just did, right? You realize that pause. Yeah. It just shuts your brain off. Like, yo, I can't believe.
Yeah, I feel like Pusha T. I feel like Pusha T when they asked him about the reference about the Drake's baby boy reference, and he was like, "That's the type of nigga I am." Like, and I kind of say, "Wait, I can't fuck with no dude. I cannot be friends with anybody, male or female, and you not doing right by your kids. You got youngins out here, and you not claiming them. You not trying to do right by them. I can't acknowledge your existence." Like I said, I knew a girl that went to grew up in church with, whatever. Nope. Church home girl, cool. She got her kids. She wanted to smoke one day. I came over. Mind you, this linoleum floor dirty. She arguing with the baby daddy. Both of them refused to take care of the child. So she's talking about just leave her on the floor and we'll roll up. I said, no. Number one, I don't smoke around kids, especially toddlers and babies. Number two, bitch, this floor dirty. Clean it up first if you're gonna put it on the floor. Number three, her fucking daddy in the kitchen. You better get right with that nigga. But before I roll up my weed, you either gonna make sure this child is tended to and safe, or you gonna hand it off to the other parent, or I just holler at you later.
Right. And it sums up what my boy B says: flat earthers are the dumbest people on the planet.
Saying dumb seems so mean, but the pause comes. He's like, "Is there a nicer way for me to say dumbass?" No.
I know. and my boy McCary said it wasn't no overtime in that game 7. I didn't know. I remember when I watched that game 7, I was actually with my boy Nate, and B know who I'm talking about. When Nate Catwell, and we both was high. I will say that at that time.
Hey, I have a question.
What's that?
I have a question. Since it's, we're going through a medical emergency, if you will, to all my medical professionals, especially doctors, I was watching this random thing about a random movie about pathologists, and it has this quote that apparently doctors, I want to know, is this part of the Hippocratic oath, if you will, that everyone speaks of, that doctors have to take, right? You know about that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And little point says, I swear by Apollo, Cepheus, Hygeia, and Panacea, and I take no witness, all the gods and the goddesses. I will prescribe regimens for the good of my patients according to my ability and my judgment, and never do harm to anyone. Is that in fact, or a portion of the Hippocratic Oath? I saw it. It's always running me.
Yeah.
Please comment below. Let me know.
Yeah, I want doctors. I want to have like doctors that believe.
Yeah, because if this is part of it, like if this is part, if anybody confirms this is part of it, I am going to talk so much motherfucking shit to every cocky, indignant some bitch out here that makes motherfuckers pop pills. It clearly says, I will prescribe regimens for the good of my patients according to my ability and my judgment, and never do harm to anyone.
Did you see that comment?
Please let me know. Oh, y'all saying that?
Flat Earth 1 + 1 and it equals an apple. Yes.
It does. Because what they're saying, even when they try to use the non-scale issues, depictions of Earth, ain't nothing worse. Ooh, boy, I tell you. Ooh, yeah. I used to fight them niggas in school. How you gonna try to talk so smart and be dumb as hell?
But see, that's
like, everything you said made no damn sense.
Right. And see, the thing is, we also get caught up when we talk about our culture, Black culture. We think that's just us. No, I guarantee you, in every culture, they have this. They got those that they just say so much that it makes sense to them because they think they say it so many times and all that stuff, or they find somebody certified to back up their claim. And it's just like, come on, man.
Put like this down there. Idiots. For every person in your life that you can randomly ask a question or engage in a conversational topic, you have somebody else on the opposite end that you will refuse. You don't even want to introduce their name to people.
Oh no.
Because they so smart and stupid, they liable to fuck it up.
Yeah.
Like for every smart, intelligent, enlightenment and insightful person that you have, you got just the most ass backward, frizzing smart ass. See, what seems to be is the materialization of the objectification of the fabulization. Now, see, the fabulization is when you take your medulla oblongata and it has become adjacent, someone would say, well, perpendicular to the position of your universal coagulus.
Yes, right there. And I'm about to add to what McCary was saying. You have a degree and still be an idiot. But like that old saying go in the South, ladies and gentlemen, you can't teach stupid. You can't fix stupid. You can't fix it.
You can't teach it. Can't fix it. Can't teach it. But you can sit back and watch it.
You sure can. And the thing is, we live in a society Now, this is one thing that I can say about this side. There's no limits to stupid. Oh hell no, sky's the limit.
Oh,
Uh,
no.
what one thing?
It's open field, baby, and it's equal.
Yeah, that's true. Just
Stupid.
one thing about this
Southern
society,
stupidity is it knows no color, no creed.
no,
Everybody can fucking get it.
It's true. And so,
hell, Southern stupidity is what brings us all together. You see your dumb ass white uncle and my stupid ass black cousin and his Puerto Rican brother over here. Oh, this shit's about to be funny. All of them drunk as hell off moonshine, and 2 of them been doing meth. This shit is gonna be hilarious. Let's see who cut their head off first.
And here's the thing that I really do not like about our society at times is where they think everybody deserves to be at the table. This is why you have certain people that sit at the table and everybody else is watching. And nowadays we got people who just come up with these crazy ass stories that makes no sense, and they got a following, and they think because they got a following that they can sit at the table.
No,
when they got no facts whatsoever.
You talking about table? Like this is considered like a holiday since we coming up around that time. These folk out here that's talking all that shit, thinking they deserve to be. These are the same people that been waiting their whole fucking life just to sit at the adult table for the holidays and ask for a drink in front of their mama. Like these them people, and then get mad as fuck when they finally 21 and they ready to sit at the big people table, but they come from a big family. So bitch, it's like 5 of you 21-year-olds this year. You got 2 cousins that's 4 years older than you. The kid table just became matured. And why can't you sit at the adult table? Because half the adults that got remarried or transitioned or too fucking fat, need 2 chairs. Right. What the fuck you want me to say? I deserve to be the right. I'm still at the kiddie table. But you getting drunk over here too.
Right.
And you talking just as much shit over here as it is at the grown-up table. But you want to be at the people table.
Mm-hmm.
Sit your silly ass down and be happy with what you got.
Right. It's like you can't have your cake and fucking eat it too, man. That's the thing that's the thing that freaking kills me. It's just like it literally blows my mind to where people say we need to bring people to the table. No, we don't. I'll be that one at the table like, no, don't break his ass. Don't bring his ass. Don't bring her ass. Definitely don't bring that motherfucker to the goddamn table. You got to have something that is concrete, that is backed by not only just facts, but by the truth. And that we can come to the middle of the table where you don't have somebody that sits there and says, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. No, you just don't agree with me. But we're going to have to do something because agreeing to disagree is not going to push what the narrative out there. It's not going to get to any solution. So do we have
agreeing to disagree only works and is only useful and supposed to be used when you can agree on one thing. Like the Southerners that didn't agree, that opposed slavery, but they also opposed the Union. They could agree to disagree with the Northerners, and a lot of them did. That was a respectful thing. I will never see it your way, and you will never see it my way. But at least from this particular point and stance, we can both agree on that.
Right. I mean,
so we can agree to disagree.
Right. We can meet in the middle, and I do believe in sometimes I'm gonna have to put my biases, strip away.
No, I say the aim. I say that because to meet in the middle is like thinking of a straight line. When you agree to disagree, it could easily be 45, 90, 16.8. Just the fact that both of y'all can see the same point and can agree on that point, that's enough. It's supposed to be a straight line, but it kind of looked like, I don't know, the beginning of an arrow.
But guess what?
They agreed to disagree.
Right. It's exactly. I mean, it's
better
something.
than just 3 random dots on the paper.
Right. maybe I had to give so much of my biases as well as they do, so we can come up with the solution. But we're not going to talk too much, get too much on that. Right now, we got to talk about some scary movies. But there's a series that came out that I just found out yesterday. I was 2 weeks late. Do anybody remember that doll back in the day called Chucky? Because it posted up. I don't know why it does that, but it did. But Chucky, ladies and gentlemen, is a series.
Now I just got one question because I haven't been confirmed. Is Brad Dourif's name on there?
What's that?
If Brad Dourif name not associated with the Chucky series, I refuse to acknowledge it. I.e., the original voice for the first 3 movies, and like the first half of the whole fucking series. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Hold.
Mark,
I'm gonna read this from Bazaar real quick. Now I understand everybody don't know how to read a scientific journal, but that's why we have scientists to break it down for us. Yeah.
But some folks don't want to admit that they
are dumb as hell.
Like I said, the biggest nigger in the world is the one that secretly knows they are but refuses to acknowledge it. That self-hatred. Because a nigger is somebody just ignorant, lack of knowledge. So if someone's willing to give you knowledge and you want to fight them at every turn about it or question it in every way, yet you don't have any way of balancing or counteracting that information, you are a dumbass nigger that just refuses to accept what they are.
Well, shoot,
embrace your nigger and grow.
I still think that dreaded ER word is I just say you just dumb, stupid, and ignorant. Period.
Oh no! See, that's why I say it, because people get mad. You'd be surprised how many conversations I have with black people, and it's the older ones, and I understand exactly how they feel that way, and I explain to them. I have the same sentiment. I was raised under that sentiment, but it wasn't until I got old they got to actually understand the word while understanding the true nature of society and humanity that you really realize when this word came out, it was just talking about any and everybody.
Huh. So, okay, so let me get this straight. So that's not the this is not the original guy?
No, if it ain't Dourif.
Oh, this is him. Yeah, this is this is the regular guy.
That's him. Oh yeah, that's him. That's the original voice. He played the serial killer in the first one. That actually turned into Chuck.
Okay, gotcha. I get ready to say, I know.
That's what I said.
You can hear this. Mm-hmm. You know, I understood the voice. You know, he's getting older.
It's very distinct.
You can tell. Yeah, you can tell it's him, but you know that he's up there in age and everything. But perfect season. But yeah, let's go ahead and let's deep dive into this series. So basically, this teenage kid who got an abusive father, who basically don't like it because he plays for the other team, and now that this toy, I had to, and then
they did.
They have this toy. He found this toy at the I think it was at a garage sale. He found it. So now that this toy is gonna do the same thing like he did with Andy. So basically, if y'all saw the first Chucky and you saw what he did to Andy, he's basically doing the same thing. But I think the new twist to this whole entire thing is now that it's a teenager, because Andy was just a little kid in elementary school. This kid is in high school, and rather than him trying to find the body to put his soul in, is now he's like embraced the Chucky body and like, you know what, fuck it, let's kill.
I'll live forever.
Yeah, like let's go ahead and kill all your enemies. And I like that twist because honestly, to tell you the truth, watching all the Chucky series, I'm like, why don't he just stay as the dog? Because if you stay as the dog, you don't know how you don't realize how G that is. How you can just kill people from back to back.
Okay.
And
But here's the thing. Up until Bride of Chucky, when they brought in Tiffany, there was always the question of, well, he's a doll, right? What do you mean? Ken doll smooth. Yeah, I'd be trying to get a real human body too. Give me the power I compel. I need a dick. I can't live without a dick. That was pretty much the first half of the Chucky films. Because he was cool with killing people, but why did he need a body so much? Not just anybody. I need a young male body. I need a functioning penis. My brain is forever. I have one brain active right now. I am imbalanced. I am off. I am not a man. I require two brains. Give me the power. I need a penis. Remember the third one? Remember the third one? He found that little black boy, and he was geeked the fuck up when he found the little black boy in the military. He was like, "Oh, young nigga, military young nigga."
Look, hold.
Give me the power.
No, first of all, what he told Andy, he said, "I'm about to be a bro." He did the fist and everything. Let's not forget that. And I bought ours. He was like,
he wanted to be black.
Movie. Yeah, he said the last Chucky movie with the girl in the wheelchair was good. Yes, it was good. Now that was a big ass.
That one. Those two. It was two of them. Cause like it's Colt and you got Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky, and then Colt and another one before the reboot. But like the one with the girl in the wheelchair. I'm glad he brought that up too, because I was gonna mention that about the show. The show takes it a step further, a la Cobra Kai, and went back and found every living, willing, and viable reference from and survivor from the franchise. So Andy's back as a grown-ass man, and he's still hunting that motherfucker down. Remember the girl that played his stepsister in the second one? She's back in there. So they're adding that little extra nod to it, just really fan service, if you will.
So I'm looking at this comment for McCary. I want you to check it out.
That's it. Yep. That's why I said that. The first half, he really needed to get a body because he really needed a penis.
But then
after by Bride of Chucky, somehow or another, he got incarnated into a Chucky doll with a anatomically correct structure. They never explained how he went from a Ken doll smooth to Pinocchio.
After
that, he's like, I don't really give a fuck about having the body. I mean, like he was doing it for her. Like she wanted the body, she wanted to be famous. He was like, "Oh, I get to be a rapper. He's like, "Oh, I get to be Redman. Oh hell yeah, hell yeah! I'm with it. Fuck it. Let's take some bodies." But then Redman died. He was like, "You know what? I could go either way. Really, to be honest with you." And then he was like, "No, fuck it. I'm Chucky. I'm a fucking sentient killing doll." Right. Fuck humanity.
First off, I'm still trying to rattle my brain on how would you let a fucking doll terrorize you. A lot of if they had a Chucky in the hood, we all know one or two things going to happen. Number one, Chucky's going to be with the fellas, or two, Chucky's going to get shot up.
No. So what's going to happen with Chucky? I
got here
because I'm one of them children. Chucky, you gonna die? Fuck around with me, because I didn't have a Teddy Ruxpin. And my father he always wondered why I never had it. I was like, it just my great aunt got me one of them. And the first thing I did was took the tape out and took the batteries out.
Oh,
and then I played with it. It's what the fuck it's supposed to be. Goddamn teddy bear. I don't need my toys moving and looking at me, and I can hear shit coming out of it because once again, 80s baby. All our toys were made by cokeheads, alcoholic, pot smoking cokeheads. That's what fueled the fucking 80s. All our toys could kill you or traumatize you in a swift order, depending on what time of the day or level of inebriation someone caught it at. Because remember, 80s babies, some of us been drinking beer since like 7 to 9. Caught that first sip from the cool ass uncle or the cool ass neighbor up the street.
Mm-hmm.
Or Miss Sharon, because when she get drunk, she let the little boys touch on the nipple. Shh. But I digress.
Don't comment.
Chucky, you gonna die. In the hood, he would move around and nobody would really notice because in most projects during that time, hell, I remember hearing the ice cream man come by through the neighborhood at 3 o'clock in the morning, and we instinctively knew that nigga wasn't here for ice cream. We was up, but we did not go out the house. It was 3 o'clock in the morning. We all fucking knew better.
Yeah.
We knew whatever he was here for, it went for us. In the daytime, yeah, we know you here for us. At dark, I just feel like if I go out there, my mama gonna beat my ass. And if my mama don't, his mama gonna do it.
he was doing that other ice cream drop. He was doing the drop. That's all that was. I mean, Bizarres, he says the only reason Chucky worked in this, sneak tactics if you see him coming at you, you laugh your ass off and punt kick him something.
Well, no, you gonna laugh. You gonna laugh, but then, cause you know how niggas is, you be like, look at this little nigga. So you kind of realize, all right, little nigga, all right. He gonna start backing up. He's like, I'm gonna punch a little ass.
Yeah.
Hey. Do you see he's serious? Oh shit! Hey, somebody get this crazy little bitch. Jump up in the tree. Like, I'll come get me now, short stack. Mm-hmm.
I mean, if they make a freaking Chucky in the Hood type of movie, which I hope they don't. It would
look like Leprechaun. It would look just like Leprechaun. It would look just like Leprechaun in the Hood. He would end up. But it'd be worse. It would be worse. Chucky would end up making the drug deal, cooking some drugs. Like they would have Chucky running the trap house, and then be the only survivors in the whole movie because they was too fucking high. Like you gonna have it'll be a scene where he in there cooking it up in the kitchen with the flick of the wrist, probably playing some goddamn Pooh Shiesty in the background, some Polo G.
So what hip hop legend would be in that movie? Because in
Chucky in the Hood,
it was Ice-T. Because y'all remember that one part that I thought was so fucking racist. But it was funny at the same time when he had that big ass fro and he's fucking taking out all these weapons. And I was like, what drove Ice-T before was it CSI or something like that? But
SVU.
Before SVU, when he was actually making real money. What drove him to take that part? I do not know.
Because he wasn't making no money around that time.
Money, yeah. But then
he wasn't making no money. This is right before.
He also made, even during his CSI days, right, like currently still today, he made a low budget vampire film, which actually kind of slaps. I'm not even gonna lie. But that one with freaking Leprechaun, I'm like, what the hell? What did you do? So this is a question. This is a question. If they do a Chucky in the hood. Don't call it Chucky in the hood, but you know Chucky's going to be in the hood.
If they were to place Chucky in an urban environment on some late night Saturday.
Right. So my question is, who will be the hip hop legend in that movie?
That's what I'm trying.
And while you try to figure out, let's go ahead and catch up some of these comments. I'm
thinking
in after him. That's crazy.
Because that's what I'm like. I'm thinking the location. Like you wouldn't see Chucky in Compton, but I can see him in Detroit or Chi-Town.
Dude, Beast, I don't know what's going on here because that's the same thing. I was like Chicago's perfect.
I was just thinking like Midwest. That's where he from. As far as that's where the white people know him from. So the hood should be somebody in the hood gonna be accustomed to him. Like, hey, my nigga.
I got one.
And it's like, hey, my nigga.
I got
that look like one of them goddamn good buddy dogs. You remember the fuckers that came to life and shit was killing white folk and shit?
Yo, I got one.
No goddamn.
I got one for you.
That's gonna be the whole thing. Nah, my nigga, for real.
I got one for
motherfucker. Dogs alive shit. Go ahead.
I know who should be. This is the first thing that came to mind since we're in the Midwest. Nelly
would be a cameo.
Nelly would be hilarious.
No, Nelly would be a cameo. He would be like, it would be some random. It'd be like the weed part of it. It's randomly funny for just like a leprechaun in the hood. He just randomly goes to a party and niggas is so fucked up. He literally smokes a blunt and is like,
you
green man, short, leprechaunish. You want this blunt, my nigga?
or you know, Nelly gonna have to St. Lunatics, right? It's gonna be that freaking video.
Well, he'll have some of them.
What's that one video that Nelly and the St. Lunatics did where they went to every party? He's like, man, there's a party up on the
underlay on the yeah. What's popping now? Oh, I heard. Boy, it took my mind back now.
I'm telling you, the reason why I said
well,
Nelly
for me,
for that point, because
Nelly, I can see Nelly, but I could also see, honestly, Sticky Fingers, because he was in Leprechaun in the Hood too, I think.
Yo, I forgot about that. You show is right.
Sticky would be hilarious going just conversation wise against Chucky. Yo, that would be just like a nice little silver lining right there.
Yo, I got one. I know it's never going to happen, but it'd be funny if it did. Kanye West. Ride with me here. Ride with me. Kanye West in an iced tea roll and Chucky. Just think about it.
You know what? I can see Kanye actually being the one to get the shit off of the ground and be on some David Lynch shit. Like, I want to be in the movie under one condition.
Yes.
No, he would do some shit like, I have one condition. Chucky must kill me as Kanye.
Yeah, he would justify that, and that's the thing.
He would, like, but then, magically, at the end, he will realize that my soul too has ascended into a doll called Ye, a doll who is exactly human looking in the same size and physical dimensions as I am.
And got Yeezus on.
and he will float in all white as a black skinhead with Yeezus playing in the background.
Yeah.
And as Chucky goes to attack me, I want to use Travis Scott and Kid Cudi as my shields. In the final battle of my Dark Twisted Nightmare.
Now, ladies and gentlemen,
And no fish sticks.
before I talk to my boy Bizarre, I got his comment up there. That for some reason,
yes. And look, he
so
did a damn good job, sir.
I was thinking that too.
I hope somebody shows him this. Give that man his roses for that. Cause
just think about it. I just remember.
Even for some TV shit, because I said the same, like Sticky.
You know
but if you want, but
let's give this man this too. Let's just go ahead.
I give this man to do too, because since we talking about Law and Order and Ice-T, Sticky was on the episode Law and Order, one of the other spinoffs, and he played a dirty cop.
Well, there we go. Right here,
his episode was dope as shit. Him as Blade, did he get like at least 2 seasons?
I think it was just 1 season. Let's see.
Was it just one?
I think
because it was on Spike.
Yeah, that's what I was ready to say. Yeah, it was on Spike. I remember that. And I was like, yo, they brought Blade the series out. I watched a couple series, and then the next day I know they never showed it anymore. Oh, let's see how many seasons it has. Let me see. It did have a nomination. It did have 1 nomination.
Yeah.
So let me see.
It was underrated. Like, it was one of them things that was good, but they didn't market it right, and they ain't have enough faith in it.
Yeah, then also you gotta think too. Spike TV was just starting out, because I remember Spike TV used to be TNT, and me and B, because we watched wrestling a lot together. Remember, TNT was the new pop station, and then Spike came and bought it, and then they needed somebody to really drop the ball. So you had Raw, WWE Raw. Well, it was WWF still, WWF Raw, and then they had Ultimate Fighter, which jumped Spike off to where it is now. But see, Paramount bought them out, so now it's Paramount.
Yeah, they had. Spike was the men's. That was the channel for men.
Oh yeah, that's what they had a lot.
And it was nothing. And they had. Since we talk, this is how we're gonna finish talking about Halloween. Talking about one of the greatest shows for Black people to watch and enjoy and appreciate life. And it came on the Spike channel during this time, and it's perfect for this holiday. And please bring this motherfucking show back. I need it in my life. It's therapy. That show is 1,000 Ways to Die. Do you?
Yo, you know who got me addicted to that show? He's in the comments right now, and he made that last comment. We watched that shit. I was like, yo, what the fuck am I watching? But
I actually watched the whole series.
It's like, why can I not look away from the television? Because just come to mind, it was one where it was an Asian.
Hold on, before you even do that, for the unenlightened, because it has been at least 10 years, so there's at least a portion of a generation that has no idea what the fuck we're talking about. But 1,000 Ways to Die was a episodic, multi-layered show.
Look what Curry put for you.
Because it's funny, every Black person that's hearing this was like, I knew he was gonna say that. And you know why? Because this show doesn't glorify death, but it does put it on display. All the deaths are accurate. The way in which these individuals die is accurate. The only thing that they changed is their names and the general makeup of who they are, so as not to lead them back to the actual true death. Because one of them that I know that got me onto the show, it got me on there because the person that died looked like an artist, a rock artist that I was fond of during that time. And the dude that disappeared off the scene, but they were still showing his old music. I was saying to myself, what the fuck happened to dude? And I happened to run across that show, and the show showcased, like I said, people dying. Primarily, statistically, it shows the stupidity, the arrogance, the hubris, the entitlement that comes from the demographic of white male 18 to 34. As well as female, but that's more 18 to 45. They give y'all a wider berth because y'all die fucked up too, but it's more extenuating circumstances.
Right.
Colors, same way. Black folk. Every black person that died on that show, they fucking deserved it. And every black person that you could think of on that show that died, you say to yourself, dumbass, you deserve it.
Crackhead. Beast, before you continue, one episode where I do concur with what you just said, that last statement you just
said. The crackheads.
Yes, the crackheads, where they were
the
doing
building collapse.
Yo, I don't know why that scared me straight. I don't know why, because I'm like, because there's one time where I actually went into a building like that, i.e. the old barracks, Bazaars. You know, I wanted to go up in there and see it, but then I should have went up to my old room, took the doorknob, and freaking take home a memorabilia. You know, when you at a building that you had your memories and all that stuff, you know how like people like to put I was here and all that stuff. You want to take something as a collection, you know? I mean, who doesn't? So when I went up in there, I was like, knowing that I wasn't supposed to be up in there because you got the no trespassing and all that stuff. I don't know why I got nervous. It wasn't nervous that I was the only one up in there and I hear ghosts. I just thought about that crackhead episode, like, yo, they could be doing a demolition on this shit, and I'm still up in here. I ran, and not to mention it was nighttime. I ran out that bitch so fast. I mean, shit like that. Yeah, that shit. I mean, it does scare you straight. Like it was one episode. It was an Asian couple. So the father was trying to, intimidate
the squid,
the
octopus,
trying to intimidate freaking boyfriend. Literally,
excuse me.
Literally freaking swallow a freaking squid whole. Didn't even know that sucker was alive. And
no, he knew it was alive. He swallowed. Pause. Yeah, ladies, you'll laugh at this statement. He swallowed it wrong.
Yeah, he swallowed it in. He swallowed it with the tentacles going in. Correct? I think so. Yep. It was one of the ways.
Well, the way he swallowed it, the way he went down, the suction parts of the tentacle.
Yeah, it just got out.
Yeah.
Throat. Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry, choke. Let me see. Hell, I took the whole. Yes, he did. He did took the whole pool tape out the old barracks. I helped him out with that too, by the way.
I'd have done that too. Home 3, nigga.
Yeah, and so seeing that episode, it did seeing that one where this one girl, her roommate, who was a dude. She like had this condition where she have an orgasm just by a touch and all that stuff. And then this dude played too damn much. She got his ass down the fucking stairs. I'm like, dude, like what? And then another one. This is another one that blew my mind. Was the gamer.
Which one?
One gamer that kept playing the game, never got up.
Oh yeah.
And then he got up,
atrophy.
He died. Yeah, and he got
atrophy and blood clots.
I was like, hold up, wait a minute. And the sad thing was, even where he was sitting, I think he had a toilet and all that stuff so he could do his business and everything. And I think he won a game. He got up. Yeah, he got up. He celebrated. He was like, ugh.
Now, he wasn't just playing the game. He was sitting. He was in a seated position for over 18 hours to a full day, binge gaming, as well as using it as his place of rest and relief, using bottles for the other, constantly ingesting food, not allowing anything to properly metabolize and flow through your body. Motherfucker ended up with a blood clot. Excuse me. And they just kept moving. And when he jumped up, finally, My favorite one is, well, two of my favorites. There's the jock, asshole white boy jock. Keeps fucking with the nerds. He's a lacrosse kid, takes the ball, beams the kid, all right? Tries to go for it again, being cocky. Not paying attention, flings it. It bounces off a wall and makes a direct beeline return to him. At the same time, he's laughing. Catches him in the chest, at the heart, in between heartbeats, causing an arrhythmic disruption, causing a heart attack. Yeah. Or the piece de resistance of what I call white fragility and Caucasoid hubris. This is the one where two white men died on the same day at the exact same time doing two separately stupid things. You have East Coast white, West Coast white. East Coast white is with his homeboy, drunk. West Coast white, likewise. East Coast white, after, let's just say there are 4 sheets in the wind at this point. or for you beer heads, 3.5 pitchers. They decide, hey, that cherry picker's still over there. Wonder if the keys are in there. At the same time, way over on the Nevada desert, you got 2 drunk assholes that find a bed on the side of a desert highway and start thinking about Teen Wolf. So now, East Coast, they want to do some amateur bungee jumping. West Coast, we're going to do some desert band surfing. Which one you want to know first?
I want to know the
A or B?
bungee jumping.
Oh, okay. Yeah, bungee jumping. We'll just respectfully say at the height apex of the cherry picker is 25 feet. But unfortunately, he decided to get 27 feet worth of rope. Yeah. And couch surfer, you know, they always say strap it, wrap it up.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hell.
It works for more than just your dick. Especially when you want to ride on top of a moving vehicle,
yeah.
which has a untethered, unsecured mattress that you decide you want to stand up because everybody is surfing. Tumbling through the desert, breaking every fucking bone in your body. You'd have been better off letting me throw you in an industrial dryer and putting $15 worth of quarters in there. It probably would have been a more peaceful death than what you did there.
Probably would survive that.
Neither one. Like I said, both of the men died the exact same time. The exact same time my man head hit the ground.
It's the same as that time dude fell off that damn shit. That's crazy.
It's one thing to hit 2 birds with 1 stone, but from both ends of the country, you got to give death, a standing applause for that one. Like,
shit,
good job, sir.
No.
That was definitely an achievement on you. I know you got a plaque for that one. I know you got a plaque for that one.
Look,
good
that
job.
Was like, look here, I need to make this overtime. But speaking of that, my boy B, he actually put down a classic. He said Tales from the Crypt was an old one that had good storytelling, which I am happy to say.
Because we grown now and we grown. HBO, I say this now.
Come on.
No, we grown. So most of our parents are dead or they don't live with us no more. So we can say this shit boldly. That's one of them shows you enjoyed and you remembered because you got an ass whooping for it.
Damn, why you
That's
gotta
what
say
Tales from
that,
the
man?
Crypt.
Come on, stop.
Because it's the truth. Because it's the truth. Because it's the fucking truth. That's why we all love it. And that's why we will all never forget it.
Yo, because I just sit there and I just
It warms my heart and traumatizes my spirit at the same time. I love this show, but I lie to you not. Every time I think about it, I think about the time I got caught. me and my sister got caught, and I sold my sister out first. I wanted to gauge his reaction.
Bizarre says, speaking the truth.
I know I ain't the only person out there that watched Tales from the Crypt. When it came out, the original, we was all too young to be watching that shit.
Yeah, because
we all got at least one ass whooping.
My mama, because first of all, it's on HBO, and my mama and my dad consider that as porn, but it's
because it was titties.
But scary, yeah.
No, not titty, nipple. That's what it was. That was big 80s and 90s thing.
Yeah,
it wasn't titty. It was nipple.
Because my first episode,
you can see cleavage and all that. You can see cleavage, front, side boob. Your mom be like, they showing nipple now. That's too grown.
They had
get your ass around.
Look, they had their episodes where they be getting
down.
They did. And I said down. I mean down. So my first episode, my very first Tales from the Crypt episode that I seen, and I was allowed to watch it, was the werewolf one where the vampire foster parents adopted that werewolf and didn't realize that werewolf was eating and tearing up vampires and stuff. And I was like, oh, that was nice. And also, speaking of that, my cable service has Tales from the Crypt, which actually, after I finish doing the show, I will be watching that. Just saying. It's available, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to have 3,000 channels for $30 a month, holla at your boy.
But if you want to truly enjoy classic cinema the way it was in its heyday, when you turned on there, y'all don't see it's better now because we had to wait till it got boring or the commercial, and then remember what channel we was watching so we could go to the channel and see what all the other channels was doing. All while remembering, bitch, you was still watching 372. You said mumbling to herself, 372, till you find something else you want to watch. 372. Ooh. You like, ooh, that's when you fuck around and forget it. Damn, what the fuck was I watching? We got you. Yeah, we want to give you that feeling back.
I got another show that just popped in my. It's a movie actually. It's a movie that I was actually watching the other day. If I spelled it right, hold on. Let me see if I can put it right.
I ain't found no good horror movies of recent. Like truly.
Oh no,
But I have been getting more into the overseas joints. Those are the ones that's really catching my eye. I guess it's just because I'm comfortable with the westernized lore.
Do anybody? Let me see. And another one's the Creep Show. Oh, I love the Creep Show. Creep Show was ahead of its time. What's that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Creep Show. No,
Creep Show. The first one. Yeah,
the pond, the fucking lake.
Ha! I won. And that
shit. That shit right there. Like for Southern folk, for country folk that don't know nothing about no ocean, we ain't never gonna know nothing about no ocean. Cause you gotta say it like that. We ain't never gonna know nothing about no ocean. That part. You won't go to the lake? Fuck no. How big is it? Like how wide is it?
How deep is it?
No. That you don't ask. Never ask that question with a lake, because it's some lakes out here in North Carolina that's deeper than certain ocean areas, or just as deep as the ocean.
Look.
We talking 20. We talking at least. I'll put it like this: Pine Lake. You ever heard of Pine Lake?
Ooh, I heard of.
Down here.
Yeah, Beats. I put you like this. People say Lake Lanier, knowing the history of Lake Lanier and freaking Atlanta is haunted. You know, kudos to that freaking to that urban legend. But there are lakes that are 10 times worse, 10 times scary. In North Carolina,
Pine Lake is like that. Pine Lake is like that, and they're assholes about it because it's a good. It is a city block from shore to diving board at that motherfucker lake. So let's just respectfully say, just under a quarter mile from where the water ends at the shore to where they have the area where you can dive in. But they tell your ass up front, the only way you can get out there is with an inner tube. Do not try to swim your ass out there because this water is so fucking deep, it's so fucking thick that if your ass fuck around and drown, it's pretty much it. It's going to take someone 10 minutes swimming full speed to try to save you. And then that's if they get to you before your ass drops. And if your ass drops, it ain't no telling because that lake is like 25 to 30 plus feet deep at like
and
that we knew of.
Right. It did not bring in the movie aspect to it. When you see that freaking damn puddle or whatever the fuck that damn thing is, and you start to see like little trees or something just going by like that, you like, fuck no, I saw that movie. Hell no. No lie.
Now you just look at it like, something lit there. What you mean? Something lit there.
Look at that. Like, does that look normal? You be looking at the wall, you be like
it's just water. It's just a lake. It's something down there. It's something down here for my time. Look, the water, no, bitch. It's something living down there. That shit too goddamn deep for you to tell me ain't something living down there. And I don't want no parts of it.
I'm gonna tell you,
fish. No, they're God.
Two movies that scared me straight when it comes to lakes. That one episode, that one movie where Jason came up. Yeah, well, not Lake Placid.
First one.
No, Lake Placid. I give that a close third. But the top two ones is the one with Jason where he pulled that one girl down from the lake, and then that one from Creep Show because ever since I saw that movie, I see nothing but like brushes or something that look exactly like that just moving the freaking lake. And I'm like, fuck that. I am keeping my black ass here. I am not swimming. I'm not even putting my toe up in the goddamn water. Fuck that.
I was looking at shit like, nah, they look like it's just algae. Nah, bitch. Bitch. I watched Creep Show growing up.
Right. And then seeing I'm gonna tell you one part that was funny to me. I don't give a damn what anybody say. The funny part was when dude was trying to get his little feel on with girl sitting there laying down and stuff, falling asleep, and she turned her head.
This bitch covered in that shit. I'm like, nigga, that's what you. Now, as a kid, you're like, oh no, and you feel bad for him. You watch it as an adult, you like, nigga, that's what you think. That's what you get for thinking what you did. At a time like that, you want to, and that brings up another point too that I just be thinking of. You ever notice how in zombie movies, no matter how long it's been in the midst of said zombie movie,
he said, "Stop messing around with Barry White's alligator." You damn right.
That's what you ever notice that though. Zombie movies, it could be 5 months after, 5 years, 500 years, and it's nothing but fucking zombies. Civilization could still live on or whatever, but it always just amazes me, like, who out here really thinking who really out here trying to fuck in the midst of a zombie apocalypse?
That's true. That's a great question.
I know you're going to have your moments. I feel like this. I look at it like this. Any baby or female that is impregnated or created during said zombie apocalypse and in the midst of said zombie apocalypse, these are them moments when you thought you was supposed to die. It was just you and her. Y'all was in this one little area. Y'all heard them motherfuckers coming. Y'all ran out of ammo. y'all ain't want to take the bitch way out, but y'all ain't want to go out like bitches. So it's like,
no.
Well, shit.
Let me hit. I mean, we got that to lose, so you might as well. So hold up. So it was.
He's looking like one more night. One more night.
Had Phil Collins in the background.
And then you get saying like it's like the ending of The Mist. He's like, oh my God, we're gonna die. We're gonna die. Well, I mean shit, I'm gonna die.
No.
I'm gonna die knowing I bust one more. I'm gonna die knowing I bust a nut. Right. Bend over, girl. And he's like, as soon as you bust over, it's like, all right, take me, zombies. They bust open the door. It's the goddamn military shit. We're here to save you. Yeah. Then she come to you months later. You see her down the line and shit. Her belly poking out. She's like, oh shit, girl, you survived? Hell yeah. You eat good, I see. No, we eat good. We. Who you with?
So but Carrie, I was getting to that point. This is what Carrie put. He said, but while she was getting killed and eaten or whatever, that's when he also turned and swam to shore and thought he got away safe. Yeah. Okay. Let me jump on that part. Let me jump on this part. So while she was getting eat up, he stood there for like, I would say another like good 10 seconds, seeing this girl getting ate up. My ass, and I think anybody else who's non-white with a first
deuces.
When they saw her face like that, boom, ass in the water. I'm swimming. I don't even know how to swim, but I guarantee you that day I would learn.
No. That's when niggas actually realized that Jesus really might have been black, and it was fear that drove him to walk across that water. Because that's damn sure gonna be the day you see my ass Naruto Lightfoot and that shit. No. First off, you ran up a good point because I would be like Richard Pryor in that movie Toys. And he ran across that water when he was in that damn water with those piranha. That sucker ran over. No. That's how you win. No. And here's the worst part about that. When he made it to shore, old buddy left the keys in the fucking car. I think it was an old school Camaro. I don't give a fuck what it is. That bitch getting up. He left the keys. He left the keys in the Camaro. My black ass got down shore. We got on shore. I'm running to the fucking car because I know that son ain't gonna follow me. Got in that car, boom. And first of all, didn't even see the sign. The sign said, no swimming, don't swim. And next thing you heard was that damn thing burping. I said, ain't this about a bitch? And going off that's why they set it up.
And going off that point, you were saying one of the most messed up endings of a movie is at the end of The Mist. Yes.
Man.
Yes. Because I remember they were all looking at each other. They were looking at each other. Shot each other. And Deuces said, hitting those server.
It's the second most fucked up. Because anybody else that's go watch Tusk. The Kevin Smith movie Tusk. Watch it till the end. The ending is fucked up.
Why you gotta bring up that movie, dog?
See, now you see his response. You see his response to Tusk versus The Mist. You think my man's felt shitty at the end of The Mist? You feel shitty at the end of Tusk. There is nothing you could do to fathom how the fuck. That's how fucked up the ending is.
My boy said Tusk is underrated, which he is right.
Yes, the fuck it is, bro. And it's based off a real story.
And
as far as the sense of the dude actually being like the weird elements of it, that's the truth. There really was some dude out there who just free room boy if you just hear me talk. There really was some dude out here that had a life-saving moment with a fucking weirdo. Fucking walrus. So it's safe to assume there's probably some weird ass dude that's a combination of both of them. Let's write a movie about that guy.
Craziness. Speaking of craziness, so I didn't get to the point of the movie that I watched over the weekend that's actually a classic, a Stephen King classic. I'm gonna let y'all watch the trailer.
Ooh, what stuff?
For y'all said. Hopefully y'all can able to hear it.
Wow!
Dickens go on.
Fucking right!
He was driving.
I don't know. Emilio motherfucking Estevez, baby. Oh shit! Maximum overdrive.
You got one. I just want to get the hell out of here.
Yep. Yeah, that dude was Haley Joel Osment.
Help me. You're going to get us in an awful lot of trouble, man. We already in trouble.
Maximum terror.
Jesus coming in, he is.
Maximum King.
Maybe tomorrow will be our world again.
Dino De Laurentiis presents Stephen King's.
This is my childhood. This is the few happy parts of my childhood. Oh my God. I might start crying over here.
Ladies and gentlemen, they was playing that movie all day yesterday. And I said, I gotta sit here and watch this.
You know why that's an underrated? You know why that's an underrated Stephen King?
Why is that?
And you know why I'm laughing so fucking hard about that movie?
Why is that?
Because it's one of those movies that I talked about as a kid, that you watched as a kid, and you was like, you instinctively knew you had to be on something to truly understand. And it's something only adults could take.
That is an urban legend about Stephen King, because my boy Mazar says, I think.
Oh, what, the cocaine?
Yeah, that's they say the movie.
Oh, no, that's not urban legend. Oh no, that one? That one? No. There's no rumor about that. He confirmed that. He was that shit when he directed that.
We're not condoning
that movie. That movie and cocaine is the reason why he refuses to direct ever again. He don't even want to be in the adaptations of his books after doing that, because he was like, "Oh yeah, I was definitely drunk and coked out of my mind when I directed that shit."
So we're not condoning drugs or anything.
No, we're not.
That, but
we're just explaining.
But with him doing that and coming up with a cult classic, I wouldn't even say this cult classic. I would say that is a Halloween classic. That movie
is a low note. It is a cult Halloween classic because of the themes and the fact that a lot of folk don't know about it in general. Cult classic by nature. But then also, that's because when you said that, I was like, thought to myself, no, actually, yeah. Like, you literally just convinced me at that moment, because I never thought of it in the terms of Halloween. That's just a favorite. Like, I just love that movie, and it's a funny. I don't even consider it true horror movie.
Right, and the thing is, that movie was shot in your neck of the woods. That was in near Greensboro.
Around Highway. Around which way was it?
John Carpenter's The Thing. Oh yeah, John Carpenter's The Thing.
29. A lot. I mean, I'm still finding this shit out, but a lot of movies are shot in North Carolina.
Yes, and people don't understand.
Wilmington and Wilmington, Greensboro, Wilmington, Charlotte, along the coast, Appalachia. So you get Asheville. That's close to the mountains, close to the western state line, going to Tennessee and whatnot. Those areas, you've literally seen North Carolina countless times in your life and never fucking realized. I have lived and actually been to some of these areas, and I see them on TV, and I'm like, hold on. Like, they literally shot a horror movie up the street, downtown.
Oh, wow. Damn.
And I go back and look at that movie in the 90s, and I'm trying to figure out, like, Like there's one of the major scenes that they did is in an area of downtown that's close to the club district. The club district is close to the courts and the police department and the jail. Wonder why. Anyway, this action scene was took about 2 blocks up in the financial section, going toward the art district. And I can only say that because I've had to watch that fucking movie multiple times, and only because my dad told me this shit was done as a kid. He's like, yeah, you shot a movie up here. There's a horror movie. And me and him was in the ball, and I was like, word, y'all, what's it? He's like, yo, can we go down there and shit? He's like, but he told me what movie it was, and he let me watch it. So I just like everything that was like, he said it was downtown. So like everything that looked like downtown, I was just trying to memorize it. Now I go back and look at it as an adult, like, let me see what motherfucking street they was on. Hold on.
He's observing now.
Sorry, you analyzing the court. Yeah, man. Yeah. The whole scene of this man getting eviscerated, I'm looking at the backdrop like, I know that brick.
And it's funny that
that's behind the motherfucking arcade, man. Man, they killed that nigga right behind the goddamn arcade, nigga. The arcade on Sesame Street, nigga. Yeah.
And the funny thing is, you saw the main character. I'm talking about the freaking trailer with the face with the the gremlin. I actually seen that. That
thing used to ride around here for a while.
Yes, because it's a choice.
Didn't they turn it into a monster truck? Oh, didn't they actually turn it into a monster truck for a little bit?
Yep. I remember.
I'm trying to figure out, is it the weed that's showing me going against the Undertaker truck and Bigfoot?
Gravedigger. I hate.
No, that's not no. That was before Gravedigger. He came out in the 80s. Gravedigger was more 90s. 80s was all Bigfoot.
Bigfoot.
It was Bigfoot. They had Undertaker, but the Undertaker got revamped for wrestler Undertaker.
I think that was the third best truck to Gravedigger and to Bigfoot. But I seen that truck before. But going back to my story.
Well, we sound wild as hell right now with this conversation, though.
I seen that truck. I seen that. Look,
monster truck.
Look, I saw that trailer before. I saw that track trailer before, and that shit scared the fuck out of me. Because I was like, Daddy, is that the truck from off of Maximum Drive? Rather try to console me. He said, nobody told your little ass to watch the damn movie. I was like, Daddy, no.
Fuck you first and foremost, sir.
Yeah.
Respectfully.
I was like,
bitch, I'm a child.
Yeah, he should have watched that damn movie. Because I felt like the eyes just kept following me. And I kept hearing that.
Because they do.
Right. I kept hearing that bass line.
They do.
Boom, 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 boom. And every time they do that little kid, like, I was like, what the hell? They've been watching too much of what's that one movie where that dude dressed up like his mom and had that hotel. What's it called? Psycho. You know the
don't
I was like, is that their version? And before you go on your point, people don't know AC/DC did the music score on that whole entire movie. I didn't even realize it, and I didn't realize their whole album was the music score of that movie. And I'm like, no wonder why that fucking movie was a freaking hit during that time. And the album was a hit because the whole freaking soundtrack was on the freaking film. And not to mention
AC/DC.
I was like, God damn. Now you know, the more you learn. I was like, shit.
Like, number one, black folk love horror movies. We feel like low-key horror movies are white man's apologies to us. Like to the white folk, then to the white folk that know they can never truly repay us for their ancestors' actions that now have us face to face. Let's just go write a movie where we as white people die very, very horribly, very, very viciously, very, very visceral, and have the most stupidest fucking reasons. Like, hey, like I can just see, cause I'm just thinking like the tropes of it. It ain't no black man back there, so it's some white director just telling, now in this scene, Mark, he's playing the serial killer. He's gonna be chasing you, right? So you're gonna be going in a straight line. Just don't veer too far to the left. Don't veer too far to the right. All this is good. And he's just sitting there watching. It's like, no, it's not good. Tell her to run for like 12 seconds and then fall.
That sounds like Stephen King on crack right there. With cocaine right there. If that does not.
Yeah. It's like, hey, in this scene we're gonna have some young white kids having sex. I think we should have the killer like pop up around the corner and just notice it. Just let him be in the building for a few seconds. Set himself up and wait till the girl acknowledges him in the eyes. Like wait for that moment. Just like count the rhythm. Get on rhythm with him. Yeah. Because think about it. Black folk only get mad at horror movies where we die and we don't deserve it.
Right.
No. Well, we used to die first, but we understand that's why. We rather die first and on some bullshit than die for y'all bullshit. It's when we die for y'all bullshit that we got a fucking problem.
Right. And speaking of that, Bazaar has actually put the good one. Jordan Peele movies been hitting nice too. Oh yes,
they really have. Now I want to ask you this. I want to ask this is for the horror buffs out there. What movie showcased the first black man to survive?
I would think Deep Blue Sea.
Nope.
You stopped swab on that one. I really got to think.
And before anyone tried to answer, say Ice Cube and Anaconda. Nope.
No,
it actually goes back. It actually goes back to the 80s. So I'll just give you that hint. The first black man to be in the horror movie was Night of the Living Dead, of course, but he didn't survive truly to the end, which was the tragic point of it.
I mean,
but there was a brother in the 80s that survived all the way through.
All right, we got first guess.
What is it? Nope, it wasn't Nightmare on Elm Street.
Because I know what Jerry's talking about.
Came out. You're close to the genre and the feel and the vibe though. It's a VHS cult classic.
Dream Warriors. Vicarious.
Nope. It wasn't the Dream Warriors, brother. It was Night of the Demons.
Oh shit! How the fuck you show? Hold up! You talking about the dude that was dressed as a damn pirate? You are so fucking right. And he was getting no play.
They played him and they portrayed him like a bitch nigga the whole time.
Yeah.
They portrayed him as bitch nigga, effeminate, weak. But when shit got real, he was like, nope. At one point, now mind you, for those that you need a summary, quick recap. Night of the Demons is about a simple cavalcade of terror. Boy and girl decides to have a party at a former morgue. They do a seance. They unearth a demon. The demon possesses the boy and girl. The boy and girl is now a demon. She starts demonizing everybody else in very, very fucked up ways. So at this point, you have the fat guy who is now a demon, who has already killed the white dude and the Asian after catching them fucking in the coffin. So he just slams the dude's arm, decapitates it because his arm happened to be hanging out, and snaps the bitch's neck, and then just leaves him in the coffin. So now they demons. At this point, they're all around the black guy who is that feminine punk and the white girl. They're not gonna. She's gonna survive. They're gonna get the nigga. You know what that nigga said? Fuck this shit, I'm out, and went head first through a motherfucking window.
Yeah, he did.
He didn't know what the fuck was on the other side. Didn't look, didn't gauge it. He was like, "Oh no, nigga gonna live today."
Look,
and by the end of the movie, he saved that white girl. He was like, "Shit, bitch, I'm getting up this goddamn hill. Fuck is you talking about?"
So to give everybody a better understanding, because we actually went over time, but we went over time in the good way. I like shows like these. So let's go ahead and show you that trailer that my boy Beast is talking about.
Oh man, it's a cult classic, but that nigga right there, he'll make you laugh, but with pride.
Good. And das ist. Let's party!
10 kids. All they want to do is raise a little hell. Now, as long as they live, they'll wonder what's gotten into them. Night of the Demons.
Blessed be the sinners, for the day of atonement is at hand.
Yeah. Let's just say there's a moment with some lipstick. Wow.
We're gonna get out of here.
This shit I'm not. I've never seen the trailer for this shit. This trailer is fucking hilarious to me.
Night of the Demons. Party till you drop.
Party till you drop.
Ladies and gentlemen, that movie.
Yo.
Just by looking at it, it was 1988. Oh my God. You know what? I'm watching that after I'm sure.
So I think as far as Dream Warriors, both of them came around out at the same time. The Dream Warriors is the third one. When the first Krueger movie came out around my birth, 84, 85.
Yeah.
Second one came pretty quickly after that, like within a year's time after that. But they sat on the third one. So,
and to keep your perspective, like I would say 95, 94, that's when they did another
they killed him.
Elm Street. Yeah.
No, they killed him in 93, 94.
And then 96,
95, 96, 97 when Wes Craven did.
They put a little twist on that sucker because that's when he came back with the Ventures. It's the same girl from the very first one.
That's when they went meta.
Back. Yeah.
That's when they really went. Well, if you really want to know what the word meta means, go watch Wes Craven's New Nightmares. Because that whole fucking movie is a movie within a movie. And like the way that they be talking to each other. It's the only movie where you can see Freddy Krueger and the man that plays Freddy Krueger in the same space and be conversed about as different individuals as well as connected individuals. And you're not really sure what the fuck the conversation is about. Like,
yeah.
Is this a movie or y'all motherfuckers get high on peyote and ganja and just wanted to work some shit out?
And then he said, Keith David beat it out in the thing in 1980.
Well, then, no. That's one of those. I just found this out myself. The assumption is his character survived. according to the actual full universe, that includes the comic shit and everything else that they've done.
Top.
Yeah.
He talking about the brother that everybody mysteriously trying to figure out what the hell he go. I still try to figure that mess out because
he got hit. That moment. That moment was Kurt Russell's character assimilating after realizing that Keith Davis' character had assimilated. Because remember the question was, is that gasoline or is that liquor? That was the question how the movie left it. Is it gasoline? Because if it's gasoline, he gonna spit that shit out. They was thinking, and then they questioned about the breath. You could clearly see Kurt Russell's breath. You really couldn't see Keith Davis' breath. They were playing around with it. According to the comics, which the author says is canon, Keith Davis' character got assimilated. So at the end of it, that was not him, that was the alien. That was the thing.
All right, so my boy, it's funny.
I seen shit about it like my damn self, like my motherfuckers have done videos in full length. Like,
all right, so
due diligence just to answer that question. Because that's something that everybody that's into sci-fi fucks with, anybody that's into horror. That's a conversation that everybody's had. There's been many conversations that have ended like, you're not about to fucking tell me this motherfucker is an alien. Look at the goddamn room. You crazy nigga, bro. Man, you niggas ain't looking at shit, man. I'm tired of watching this shit, yo. There have been conversations like that over this movie.
Okay, so here's my assessment. So it's whole entire time, because freaking Keith David back in the day been playing some crazy roles. Like, remember he was in the movie He
was in greatest fight scene ever.
In the movie with the late great Roddy Piper, and then he was in this movie, and I didn't even recognize that what he was drinking was gasoline. I thought it was just regular alcohol. Like, yo, man, we gonna be out here, we gonna die. And then that's how they wrote it. That's how they wrote it, though. They wrote the movie to be ambiguous, to leave everybody wondering. But then because motherfucker it hit so big and it's based off other shit, people want to keep continuing. Right. So like I said, they ended up doing comics that the authors and those that did the movie recognized as canon. So they accept that as the logical continuation of it. They're like, that's cool. Yeah, we'll accept that. It went down that way. Yeah. But here's the thing. Nobody's not talking about the other brother, the one on the skates. Where the fuck did he go? Because when he heard that thing coming,
the first nigga.
He jetted and left. That movie with Roddy Piper was they live. Okay, so I forgot to say live at the bottom. Thank you.
I know you're talking about too, because he was in some other. He's one of them classic black brothers.
Yeah, he's one. When you always think about 80s, you got his face comes to mind.
80s movies and 90s black sitcoms.
Yeah. Right. And so this dude, like when he heard it, that dude just left. I don't know where he did. He probably went across the freeway.
That nigga did this shit right here.
Yeah.
Come up.
Yeah. That dude
so
said,
you going home, nigga.
Look, he said, I might as well freeze my ass off. Or he got in one of those little machines, those little, what do you call those little machines that they drop through the snow? He probably took one of those damn things and left. He like, I might as well just run out of gas and freeze my black ass off. I'm not going to die with this damn shit. Fuck that. But
I die my way. See, that's what I'm saying. That's why we love horror movies. They're cathartic for us. So that's why I feel this way, because I see now being in at least 3 different places, and each one of us have had a sincere, syncopated energy and love for these movies. Lets me know I'm not the only motherfucker that be seeing this shit. See, I ain't stupid. I know I ain't the only one that be seeing this. Like, I think they writing this shit for us.
Yeah,
because
like
it's really them fucking. It's like they're dying for like. Look at what they doing. They find this magical box buried in the ground. with a dial on it. Let me unearth it and pick it up. Niggas would be like, I'm gonna just assume ain't no dope or weed in there. I'm just gonna go bury this one.
Right, and just walk right over it. Like what Bizarre said,
You know what?
He said, get your dirty drawers out my kitchen, old buddy who we talking about with the skates. And then the most famous of quotes, McCary said that movie had one of my favorite quotes. I'm here to kick ass and chew bubble gum. And I'm all out of bubble gum. I mean,
the second favorite is the scene. When you talk about They Live, you talk about the career of Keith David, you got to talk about him choreographing a one-on-one slugfest with the great posthumous Rowdy Roddy. They set that shit up. There wasn't no stunt choreography. Like, Rowdy came to Keith came to Rowdy, and was like, how you want to do this? Rowdy probably came to him and was like, yo, just from your size, I assume you could take a punch, sir. And Keith probably like, yeah, I pretty much assume you can too. Because a lot of them fucking, you're not going to tell me they weren't stiff jabbing each other.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it was at least 3 good stiff jabs and a couple good quick elbows that I saw like, that had to be real. He ate that. Because when he hit him, he said, motherfucker. I was like, oh, the fight's real now.
But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and conclude the show on this Friday. For Soul Friday, we're going to be talking about, because Bizarres came up with a great idea. Because Jordan Peele, if I can just talk about any horror movie today that gives me a warm and fuzzy, Jordan Peele will be on top of that list. But there are other movies out there.
That's going to be the topic. Horror movies that we love, like sentimental horror movies that Black folk love.
And I really want to talk about the ones of today right now, because I think, even though I do want to talk about the old school ones, but we got to give some.
No, I know because when I say sentimental, I ain't talking about like just like I said when in case of Jordan Peele with them. Because for me, Vampire in Brooklyn, that's sentimental. I have my sentimental reasons. That's from a Black person's perspective. That's a movie that warms my heart.
Oh, hold up. All right, before we go, here's my final point. I'm gonna see if anybody remembers this movie. Hold. Let me see. Hold up. Hold up. Go ahead with your point real quick. I gotta look this up real quick.
As he looks this up, I want us to just really think about them type of movies. They don't necessarily have to be Black based. Like I said, Night of the Demons for me is always gonna be sentimental. I seen the first brother actually truly survive without a white woman, without white justice. He survived because he said, fuck the bullshit y'all was on. I'm just trying to live. If he'd have had any moment and clear chance to leave that little blonde-haired white woman, trust and believe that nigga would. In fact, throughout the movie, he left them niggas. At one point in the movie, he just said, fuck y'all, hopped in the car, tried to hotwire that bitch, and then the demons threw a dead body on the damn front of the car. He was like, oh, I guess I'm on foot with this shit. By hook or by crook, that nigga got the fuck out. Sentimental. I feel happy as a Black man when I see that.
Oh, ladies and
these type of movies.
I am looking for a scary movie that I found around this time last year that I saw when I was small, and oh my gosh! Hold on, let me go ahead and get to these.
Trick or Treat is another one. Is a new age one for me though too.
Yeah, I think Vampire Voodoo was very underrated. Yes, it was. Yeah, most definitely.
It was underrated because everybody expected to be more. They were going more comedic than horror. Like it was a good horror movie with comedic undertones. It wasn't trying to be in your face funny with the shit. It was trying to tell you a nice story with some moments to brighten your day. A little adult humor. You beast fucked up. Oh yeah. You that Nikki? Yeah. Show me about you. Yeah.
Yeah.
You beast fucked up. You beast fucked up. Oh my god.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Hold up.
What movie you thinking of? I'm trying to think of another.
Yo,
Like Trick or Treat is good because it's on anthology.
Look, I am
And VH1.
dying over here. Hold. I got one. Hold. I
Pretty much any movie where black folk either survive and don't come out like bitches, or horror movies where everybody fuck around and dies horribly and there ain't no black folk. I love them movies.
Go. I found it. Hold. Let me get to this. Let me get to what Macari said. Macari said should have an eventual sequel or spinoff due to how it had ended. Yeah. And Angela Bassett was in that movie too. We talked about the same thing too.
Yeah, it was supposed to. It would be dope if they brought it back now. I mean, hey, they already did good with the sequel to Coming to America. Nobody thought they could pull that shit off. They set up Vampire in Brooklyn to be a sequel, and everybody that's vital as far as returning roles can still do it. Unfortunately, there won't be as much comedic tone to it.
Yeah, it'd be more scary.
But it would definitely be able to lead more into the anthology, the lore that they were trying to set up.
Hey, I found it. I found it. I'm gonna see if any of y'all remember this classic. Well, I won't say a classic, but a cult classic. Let me.
Boy, if you show me Basket Case, I might throw something at you.
Don't get me started on Basket Case. I love that movie. Hold up. Let me stop this one. Let me go to this one. I'm gonna see if anybody remembers this one.
Told y'all I'm weird, boy. Me and my dad had me watching some weird shit growing up.
Who remembers this one?
What the fuck you know about that?
Who remembers
You don't know about no goddamn. You don't know about no shit like that, boy. Sit your ass down.
Temptation.
You capping right now, G. You capping right now.
Temptation.
The Christian horror movie. What fuck you know about the first Christian horror movie?
Ah, my goodness. Look at this. I would love to see a reboot with Chris. Same here. Look, hold on. You know
they're trying one with Gremlins right now. Let's see how that one works first. But Critters, I love to see that. But Death by Temptation, what you know about that? That's for your time.
That scary movie had me shook.
It had me fucked up in the head because I watched Kadeem Hardison pull himself into a TV and eat himself. And then at the end, the TV version of him licked his lips like it tasted good. Like that one scene just fucked my head up on so many levels. Cause I'm like, did he just eat himself? Is that suicide? Because it was him, but it was the demon, the devil, but it was also a TV. But then also it also had my head hurt.
Look. It also had some of the all-star cast because dude who had the most weakest game ever. He played the sister act. He was also in Do the Right Thing. Basically every single Spike Lee movie.
It had a lot of joints. It had Flash in there. A lot of folk don't know Flash was in there. He was one of the first. Flash was the nigga that ended up running a butt naked. Got to the front door.
Who else? Who else was up in that movie?
The light-skinned nigga. I'm sorry.
Freddie Jackson was in the movie. Look, Freddie Jackson was up in there, and then
Freddie was.
And then there was another famous female singer, but she was at the She was at the end of the movie. So it was.
But you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm about to say when I said light skin. I got to give y'all some respect because that movie y'all didn't get
So ladies and gentlemen,
she emasculated the fuck out that light skinned nigga.
Yes. And she gave one of the dudes that was cheating a disease.
She gave that nigga the fastest AIDS ever. She gave that nigga government AIDS. She gave that nigga the AIDS to kill Eazy-E. Cause that shit, that shit hit. That shit hit like a smoking crack rock. That nigga ain't making it out the door. He was bumping up like this. This fucking gave me.
So, ladies and gentlemen, here is the
I was just trying to get a little strange.
Here's the trailer.
A vinegar syndrome. All these titles, man.
No, I think
they gonna flash right there.
I told you.
Now this freaky bed says to me that
you gonna die like a bitch.
Freakazoid.
Been showering in blood, laughing.
And I don't know why you can't see this, man. It's crazy.
He made the movie.
He is a murderer. I'm telling you.
And he is a preacher.
No! No!
You know the lead character actually wrote this, right?
Really?
Yeah. The cousin that came up from North Carolina, him. He wrote and directed this.
Well, tell me, Joe, how does one just simply take a break from God?
Blessed.
I forgot Sam Jackson was his daddy. Yeah. Sam Jackson was his daddy, and the bitch killed him.
Joe was the last one of his line.
I think Sam Jackson and Morgan Freeman are the same person.
I think so too.
What happened to your face? My wife shot me when she found out I cheated on her. It's better than dying from the super eggs.
Listen, I don't have time to explain the whole
Radio Raheem!
Yes.
R.I.P.
Put this in her drink.
Yeah.
Now, that's holy water that's just been blessed.
Oh, bitch. This shit was underrated. It was corny, but it was underrated.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. This is a straight up and down Christian horror movie.
Oh, you telling me that along with criminals, we got ETs and zombies killing people? Man?
Yo, he made the movie so funny.
He did. And Radio Raheem made it too. Like the supporting cast made this movie.
Yes, it did.
The lead and the villain, they did what they could do. But the supporting cast, man, they made that fucking movie.
But I'm gonna tell you this about that movie. I can't
believe. Hold. Well, he's supposed to. Talking about Morgan Freeman is older than Sam Jackson. I would hope so. Let me find out. As old as Morgan Freeman been looking for decades, he's actually younger than Sam Jackson.
Yeah. Oh shit. Oh, but
I don't think I can take. Why I have a nosebleed?
So going back to what I was saying about the going back to the characters and all that stuff. That woman, the main character, not main character, but the demon, the woman that plays the demon, she is still beautiful today. You remember when we were talking about Miss Parker?
Mm-hmm. I was watching a review about that, and it one of those catch-ups type joints. Mm-hmm. And I remember seeing a recent. I said that to myself. Oh, yes. Yeah.
Age well. And,
like, you did right with folk. You did right by folk. I like to see that.
And that actually propelled her career. She actually did other movies too, but she says the only movie that she gets remembered for the most is that movie, which is crazy. But other than that, ladies, we gotta head on out. When we're gonna keep going. When we
will talk to both our phones are dead.
Yeah, when we come back on Friday, we're gonna continue talking about old school horror, but also we're gonna talk about horror movies that does fit the bill, because a lot of them nowadays does not. And we're gonna keep the tradition of Halloween. So as for my dog, Beast, my bro, as well as I'm looking the wrong way, this way. My bro.
Yeah, I had to check myself real quick. So flip.
And then me as your gracious host, Donald Monte Morris. Thank y'all for tuning in. We will see y'all on 101. Not well. Thank you for 101 Wednesday today. So Friday, we continue on this horror. Hold on. Let me fix this up. This horror scene here for the show as we talk about old school horror films and put some respect on their name. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all have a good one. We'd like to thank Sky Zone Society for sponsoring the whole entire show. Thank you so very, very much. And we are outro. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We're out. Catch y'all later. Bye.
Peace.